Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have in my prison braids today, cause you know, protective styling, black girl things. Okay, I don't even know like what to caption this story. This whole night was just so funny to me. I'll have to think of a caption after I upload it. But this is like a story of like when I went to like a kickback and a party like in the same night. Like it was just okay, crazy. So this happened last summer. My friend from Cali was out here visiting. We had another house guest here. I'm gonna just give everybody names. So, and my sister. Okay, so my friend from Cali, I'll say her real name. Her name is Chloe Money Honey. The other girl, we'll call her Eucalyptus. Why would I give her such a complicated fucking name? This bitch Eucalyptus. Okay, so one night, Chloe had came out from Cali. Eucalyptus had came out from Cali too, because she lives in Cali. And my sister, we were all planning to go to, my sister was dating this girl. We were gonna go to that girl's, I have to change that bitch's name. I can't call her Eucalyptus. Perfume, I'll call her Perfume. Okay, so me, Chloe, my sister, and Perfume, we were all about to go to this kickback that my sister's ex-girlfriend was throwing at her house. So we had got like super cute. I remember I had on a blue like tube top one piece thing, and Chloe had on a matching one, so she had on a gray one and a jacket. And I don't remember what everybody else was wearing, but I know me and Chloe looked good as fuck. So we had got super cute to go to this kickback. We're like, oh my god, we're so excited. We had drinks, like we were about to like tee up. They had like weed, like we were like, okay, we're about to like turn up for real. So I remember we had got there, and the girl didn't live that far from us, my sister's ex-girlfriend. So we got there, we're just chilling in her backyard. We had the drinks, we're playing games, like really just on some chill shit for real. But it was just, so it was us four, then my sister's ex, then like maybe four of her friends. So I don't know what that is, 9, 10, I don't fucking know, like that. So we're just chilling, we're drinking, and we're like low-key like, damn, this shit's hella boring. And I knew that there was a party that night, because at the time my girlfriend was going to it, and it was my ex-girlfriend's best friend's party. So I had wanted to go, but not really, because I'm like, my girlfriend's going, it's my ex-girlfriend's best friend's party who does not like me. Like, I didn't really want to go, but I was like, yo, oh my god. I'm like, bro, we should like go to that party. Like, this kickback's like low-key lame as fuck. Like, we should go to that party, take our drinks, go turn up at that party. So they're all like, okay, after we play like this game, because everybody else was like, yeah, low-key, this is hella boring. So we told the boys, we're like, oh, y'all want to come to the party with us? Like, we're about to go here. And they were like, yeah, but there was like, you have to pay to get in. So I was like, okay, we have to go back to my house really fast so I can run up stairs and get some money. So like, okay, bet. So everybody gets in cars. We had to, what happened was my sister only brought her car. Nobody else at the kickback had a car. So like I said, there's like 9 or 10 of us. Nobody else had a fucking car. So me and my sister, Perfume, and Chloe all came back to my house to get the money, and so my sister could get my mom's car, and Perfume was gonna drive my mom's car. Okay, very important to remember. Perfume was driving my mom's car. So it was me, Perfume, and Chloe all in my mom's car, and then it was my sister, her ex-girlfriend, and then 3 of the friends in my sister's car, and I think the other people went home. So we start driving to this party. The girl who was driving, she wasn't drunk, but me and Chloe were tore the fuck up. I have little videos of me in the backseat of the car, like throwing up gang signs or something. I fucking know, I know. So me and Chloe are tore the fuck up. We're like, yeah, let's go to that party. So we get to the neighborhood that the party's in. When I tell y'all, this fucking neighborhood was packed. Like, there was cars everywhere. Like, we had to find a place to park, and we were struggling. So when we pull up, I see my ex-girlfriend's car, and I'm like, okay, well, this bitch is here for sure. So we drive in front of the house, because my sister she was parked in front of the house, like low-key, like right by where the driveway would start. So we pull up, and we're like talking out the window to my sister's car, and I look in the driveway and I see my ex-girlfriend, and she's looking at the car, so I don't know if she sees me. So I'm like, let me sit my ass back, because I was like hanging out the window, like I'm drunk as fuck, hanging out the window. So they're talking to my sister, and my sister's like, okay, well, where can we all park so that our cars are right next to each other? And Chloe's like, oh, I think I seen some parks down there. So we pull up, we park down there, And while we're driving, I see my my girlfriend. So I'm drunk as fuck out the window, like, what can I call this bitch? Candle, Candle. I'm like, are you going to the party? She's mad at me. I'm like, okay, fuck this bitch. So she goes into the party. I'm drunk as fuck. I'm just like in the backseat chilling, right? And then before we could even get out the car, this bitch Perfume tells my sister, oh, I'm about to go pick up some weed. We had already drove to the party. So my sister's like, what? She's like, yeah, because her best friend lived out here. She's like, yeah, my best friend's about to give me some weed. We're about to go pick up. My sister's like, okay, well, I'm coming with y'all because you're driving my mom's car. So she's like, okay, bet. So we leave the party, and as we're leaving the party, we see like 4 police cars come in the party, like driving in the neighborhood that we're driving out of. So we're like, oh, this is about to be a dead mission for sure. So I'm texting my ex-girlfriend. I'm like, oh, the cops are coming to that party. Like, if you're smoking, stop. Because they were all in front of the house and in the backyard. Like, I don't know if there was anybody inside because everybody was outside. So I'm like, yeah, if you're smoking, like, stop. The cops are coming to that party. Like, you know, trying to be a good girlfriend, even though that bitch was something. Anyway, so we start driving to go pick up the weed, and we're starting to get to the letters. And if you don't know what that is, in Vegas, some of the streets have letters instead of names. Personally, I like to stay away from those. Don't really like those areas that much. So I was like, ooh, we're getting to the letters, girl. We're getting into the letters. Like, what the fuck? So we had got into one of the letters, and the driver, Perfume, goes, oh, yeah, we're going to Crip City. We're going to who city? Wait. Everything, wait. I was like, what, girl? So she's like, yeah, we're going to Crip City. Like, that's where he's staying at. And I'm just, and this, keep in mind, she doesn't even live out here. I do. And Chloe doesn't either. I'm in the front seat. Perfume's in the driver's seat. Chloe's in the back. And Chloe's texting me. She's like, what the fuck is this bitch on? Like, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. My sister's texting me. She's like, where are we going? I was like, apparently at Crip City. Me and my sisters, we are from the burbs of Vegas. We stay in the burbs. We don't go over there. We don't know, nobody that we know lives over there except for my grandma. But like, I'm like, girl, what? So anyway, so we get there. She parks the car. We drive past like a house before we park the car, and there has got to be like 20 dudes just in the fucking driveway. And we're like, oh my fucking God. And as soon as we drive past them, they just are staring in the car. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, oh my God. So we parked the car, and like 6 boys start walking towards the car. They like, my sister had parked in front of us, and we parked behind her. She parks the car. They like start looking in the car. I'm like, where the fuck do you have me at, bitch? Like, what? I'm like, they start looking in the car. I'm like, oh my God. Chloe is like, oh my fucking God. This bitch Perfume is like, girl. So she gets out. She starts talking to her best friend. She's like, oh, I came for the weed. He's like, yeah, I got you. I think he gives her the weed, whatever. They're sitting outside talking. My door is locked. Chloe's door is locked. I'm talking to this bitch, Chloe. I'm like, this bitch is fucking crazy. I'm like, she's crazy. Chloe's like, no, dead ass. Like, why are we over here? I'm like, I don't know. So at that moment, a car zooms by, and this bitch Perfume screams, slow down, bitch. My sister, like I said, my sister was in front of us, so I see my sister's head. I couldn't see her facial expression because of the window, but I seen her head like turn around to look at us. Like, I don't know if she thought I said it or what, but she like turned around to look at us. I seen her head move, and she turned back around. So then they kept talking. The car heard her and started reversing. I said, oh my God. So she yells, slow down, bitch. And the car drives, but then they heard her. Like, I guess it like registered. This bitch just called me a bitch. So they start reversing. They're in a fucking minivan, by the way. They start reversing. I'm like, oh my God, this is the end. This is the end. So Chloe's like, oh, hell no. She just went on her phone. Chloe said, oh, hell no. And she went on her phone. I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, I cannot right now. Because I didn't say anything. So the lady, it was a lady, like a big ass lady. She reversed and she goes, what the fuck did you say to me? And Perfume goes, I said slow down. No, you said slow down, bitch. She said, I said slow down. And then the ladies in the car is like, yeah, because I really get active. Like, what are you on? Da, 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 da. And I'm looking at my phone. I'm not saying anything. This is not my battle. I didn't pick this fight. She did. So I'm like, Chloe is, and I'm like, she's like, no, like, I said slow down. She's like, yeah, bitch, because I get active. Like, I'll really fuck you up, did it? Like, and nobody is saying anything except for her best friend. He's like, oh, like, chill out. Like, she didn't mean like that. Like, chill out. Like, her best friend, like, knew this lady. He's like, yeah, you better tell her about me. That's what the lady said. And she sped off. And nobody said anything. Everybody was like, because, bitch, why would you, like, scream at this lady that you don't even know? So I was like, oh my fucking God. I almost shit myself. I was like, can we go? Can we fucking leave? She's like, yeah, like, we're about to leave. We're about to head out. Like, nice to see you. Did their little... I'm like, okay. So we start driving off and nobody is saying anything. Nobody's talking. So I said a joke so it would be less awkward. I was like, what the fuck was her problem? Or something like that. She's like, no, really, like, fucking yelling at me. And I'm like, girl, you yelled at her first. And then she came back and yelled at you. I wasn't going to say us because I didn't say anything. So Chloe was just like, what the fuck? So then we drive back to the party. And that shit was lame as fuck. Like, when we were driving back in, the police were coming back because they told them to shut the party down and they didn't. So when we were driving back in, the police were driving behind us. So we did a quick U-E. We flipped the bitch and we fucking left. And then we dropped, we went with my sister to drop those people off that were in her car. And then we all drove back to my mom's house. Girl, I don't remember where the fuck Perfume went. I think she might have slept in my sister's room. But I don't know, me and Chloe had went to the bathroom and I was like, bitch. And she's like, girl, I was like, were you going to help her if she started fighting? Chloe said, no, I was gonna close the door and lock it. I said, oh my God, because this was a big ass fucking lady in apparently Crip City. These are all her people. We don't know these people, so I'm like, yeah, I wasn't gonna help her either. That is not my sister. That's not my friend. I wasn't gonna help her either. So I don't know what to tell her, but that lady, yeah, she could have gave it to her, and I would have been like, damn, Buckaroo Ben, like, girl. So yeah, that was the story of just like a fucking like crazy weird night where that girl almost got her ass towed up from the flow up and nobody would have helped her. I'm gonna be honest with you, nobody would have helped her. So there was that. Follow me on Instagram at jordanairiyah, and my TikTok and my Twitter is Jordan from Vegas with a Z. Click the post notification bell so you don't ever miss when I post. Bye guys.